Massive opportunity missed by Arsenal Football Club today, ladies and gentlemen. Massive opportunity missed. Arsenal drop points. Arsenal drop points away to Fulham, and this feels like deja vu. This feels like reality starting to sink in that we're just not good enough this season. At this moment in time, we don't look like we are able to get ourselves out of these games from losing positions. We just don't seem to be able to get ourselves out of these games from losing positions. This is not the first game where we drop points from a losing position. We've dropped points in every single game that we've gone down in a losing position. We have dropped points in every single game where we've conceded the first goal. And Fulham today, that first goal that they conceded, I'm not going to blame it on injuries. I'm not going to blame it on anything. Simply, you just have to look at yourself and you have to say to yourself, how do you let one ball take out your whole team? Kivior left for dead. And then William Saliba does not recover. I watched the goal back. Initially, I thought William Saliba had no fault for the opening goal. He did. William Saliba had could have recovered. He kind of hesitated. And then finally, Raya could have made a save. The shot was across his box, and he could have got a touch on it maybe, but he couldn't. And we let them go up 1-0. 11 minutes into the game. 11 minutes into the game, Fulham go up 1-0. What do they do for the rest of the half? They don't do much. They literally don't do much. It's all on Arsenal. You need to go win this game. Fulham had an expected XG of 0.3 on that goal. They scored one goal and sat back and defended the rest of the game. What did we muster? What could we bring together to generate chances? We are not generating good enough quality chances. We are not generating enough opportunities for our players. And when we do generate chances, some of the players we have in the attacking third are not delivering. Thomas Partey had a header wide open in the box, couldn't get it going. You had Kai Havertz had a couple opportunities to touch to get some touches in the box, had a couple shots. All of his shots, not even one of his shots were on target. I'm not even scapegoating Kai Havertz. I'm simply going through everybody. Leandro Trossard really did not do much for the time that he was on the pitch. He was actually benefiting Fulham more than he was benefiting ourselves. And I just have to ask the question: was this the right lineup? Because every single time I see Thomas Partey playing in an Arsenal team at right back, I question Mikel Arteta and I say to myself, what are you doing? Why is Thomas Partey playing right back again? Why ruin the partnership of Odegaard, Saka, and Timber? Timber should have played at right back. You should have played either Miles Lewis-Skelly or somebody else at left back. If you don't have Zinchenko, if you don't have Calafiori, if you don't have Tomiyasu, who all are somewhat injury prone or not good enough, play somebody else. Who did he have on the bench today? You had Kieran Tierney on the bench. You could have played him. You had Miles Lewis-Skelly on the bench. You could have played him. I don't want to hear injuries as an excuse, because all these guys being out, you knew this before the game. You have players to your disposal you could have played. Mikel Arteta, today's result is on Arteta. Simple. It's not on the players. It's on the manager. And the manager could have done better. Now, you want to say some of these players are not clinical? Yes, it's partially on them too. They need to be more clinical. But this lineup, I feel like, is setting us up for failure. How many times have I seen us drop points with this lineup? We played with the same lineup versus Fulham last year, and we dropped points. Stop playing Thomas Partey at right back. That's it. Keep it simple. Play him in the midfield. Take Jorginho out. Put an actual defender in defense and play Timber on the right-hand side. We took the balance out of the team by taking Timber and putting him in the left-hand side, because he doesn't offer us anything attacking-wise on the left-hand side. He's really mostly just defending. And even then, when he does get forward, Kivior is not good enough. Now, if you're saying you're protecting Kivior, today Kivior was terrible. Whereas Manchester United, he was good. But today, he was terrible. He left us exposed for that goal. And honestly, there's so many things that went wrong. But the first thing is the imbalance in the side. The lack of balance creates so many problems for the team, defensively and offensively. And I do think it kind of hurt our attack, not having Timber on the right-hand side next to Odegaard and Saka. we've shot ourselves in the foot today. We genuinely shot ourselves in the foot. This is a missed opportunity. And if we're going to talk about anything, the elephant in the room is Liverpool did not kick a single ball this weekend. Liverpool did not kick a single ball this weekend, but yet Arsenal dropped points, Man City dropped points, and you could potentially now go see Chelsea drop points. This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't take your opportunities. We could have gone four. We could have been 4 points behind Liverpool right now. This is supposed to be a home. This is supposed to be a game in London. You shouldn't have to travel too far. You're not leaving the city. December is supposed to be a good month for us. We're supposed to go on an easy winning streak. And now I look like an absolute idiot because these guys go out there and put in those kind of performances. The performances from certain individuals on today, I don't know what they were doing. Now, we've already spoken about Thomas Partey playing right back. I thought Saliba, him scoring 2 goals this week is a positive, but in the same breath, we cannot have our only goals coming from corners. It's a great thing to have corners, but we need more than just corners. We need to have more than just corners because today we needed a goal, and I did not see too many threatening opportunities. You could say we need a striker. You could say whatever you need, but Mikel Arteta made a mistake in taking off Havertz in the first place. You can't take off Havertz and Odegaard when we're chasing a game trying to get a winner and think we're going to go still win. Now, I know we got the goal at the end, but that goal was ruled offside, so it doesn't really count. In the second half, we created seven. We had 7 shots, 3 goals on 3 shots on target, and 3 big chances created. In the first half, we had 5 shots and 1 shot on target. In the first half, we were very passive. We were very passive in the first half. We're like, the goal's going to come, the goal's going to come, the goal's going to come. But in my opinion, we are not doing enough in the final third. We're not creating enough problems for our opponent in the final third. Fulham today played the lowest mid blocks, whatever you want to call it. They played themselves very deep, and they made sure that they had themselves a good defensive setup where they kept us at bay. And for majority of the game, you got to give it up to them. Bassi, Diop, Robinson, Tete, their back four at Fulham, they really, really bossed us for a majority of that game. I thought we were held at check. Everything that we wanted to do outside of the box, and in between their half and inside and just outside the box, we could have the ball as much as we want. But the moment we get any close to that goal, they were on us. And I got to give Fulham a little bit of credit, but this comes back to one thing though. People say Arsenal are over-reliant on corners. It's not an over-reliance on corners. It's that I really do think the players believe they can find a way. Arteta believes he's gonna find a way. They're just gonna manage to find a way to get a solution. But today they couldn't find a solution. Martin Odegaard, terrible performance. We need to speak about Martin Odegaard. He had himself a terrible performance. I thought Martin Odegaard could have done so much better. But Martin Odegaard today was losing the ball. He was losing every single duel. He wasn't even recovering much. And I just felt like majority of the time Martin Odegaard was on the ball, he was just getting dispossessed off the pitch. How many times did Martin Odegaard lose the ball today? Like, I rate these players very highly, but we have to call them out when they have bad performances. Today, Martin Odegaard's performance was terrible. That was a terrible performance. And I've not seen him have a bad performance in a long time, but today's performance from Martin Odegaard was horrific. Sanderberg and the Lukic guy, anytime Martin Odegaard had the ball, were on him like white on rice. They were just on his case. And you cannot tell me that you are a world-class player and you are this absolute amazing midfielder, but you are getting shut down by the likes of Lukic and Sanderberg. Martin Odegaard had to do better. Now, you guys know how much I rate Martin Odegaard, but out of all the players that we look at to do something, Martin Odegaard, I feel like today had himself a really, really bad game. A really, really bad game. And I question I question what Mikel Arteta is going to do to find solutions for this team, because it seems like whenever we get a couple injuries, whenever things are whenever we have a little bit of adversity where we need to go through, we start to struggle. Now, there is something that we need to talk about, and this is not an excuse. This is the actual thing that happened before the game. How is it that we have this many players? How is it that we have this many defenders out? Now, this is not a excuse on why we lost. It's not why we dropped points today. It feels like a loss. We didn't even lose. It feels like a loss. We didn't even fucking lose. It feels like a loss because we had how many players out? You had Ben White out. You had Tomiyasu out. You had Gabriel Magalhaes out. You had Zinchenko out. You're telling me you don't have enough? You're telling me you don't have enough defenders? You need to go sign 2 more defenders in the summer window? Is this what it is? You have all these defenders. In the case of injuries, you have cover. Defense is the one area of the pitch where I am not concerned about. But with Ben White out, Tomiyasu out, Gabriel Magalhaes out, Calafiori out, Zinchenko out, we resort to playing Thomas Partey in defense again? Come on. I honestly believe Mikel Arteta should have not played Thomas Partey in the defense. Should have played in midfield and should have found another solution. He had Kieran Tierney on the bench. Play Kieran Tierney. Who cares? Play Kieran Tierney. Give him some game time. Play Kieran Tierney. We had Kieran Tierney. Why did Timber have to play left back? Also, Ben White, we know he's injured. He hasn't been injured that often lately. Gabriel Magalhaes doesn't often get injured. Understandable. Zinchenko, even if he is injured, he is not really a big part of the team. The question I have is, did we sign Calafiori and is he injury prone? Is Calafiori injury prone? Do we have to be concerned that Calafiori is constantly picking up injuries? Is this another Bologna player like Tomiyasu who we picked up that has a bunch of injuries? Because I honestly don't know. How is he? How is it? What injury does he have? What is the extent of that injury? We need to find out. I need to find out because it is slightly concerning. Slightly concerning at this moment in time. Slightly concerning, ladies and gentlemen. And I just wonder how we're going to weather the storm for the rest of the season, because there's going to be more adversity. There's going to be more situations where we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do. There's going to be more situations where we're going to have to get ourselves out of trouble. But the trend is, if Arsenal concede first, we can't get ourselves back into a game. We make fun of people like Tottenham being unsustainable, make fun of Mo Salah and Liverpool having to depend on one player to get 75% of their goals. But today we needed something. No one was able to step up. Saka did score at the end, but that doesn't count because it's not a thing. And yeah, let's talk about this then. We need to talk about this. I'm not Arteta out. No, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Nothing that I've said, even at me potentially being anything but supporting the manager. But I'm just simply saying it is frustrating. Now, going on to this. It is beautiful to see our players chipping in for goals, getting set piece goals, scoring from set pieces. I love it. It's nice. But we cannot only score from set pieces. We need to have more to our arsenal. We need to have more different variety of goals to our arsenal. 2 games where we've played, midweek versus Manchester United and today, our only goals are from set pieces. And the worrying thing is, majority of our chances that we look like we were the most dangerous come from set pieces in those 2 games. Now, I'm not saying it's not good to score from set pieces, and I'm not saying we should stop scoring from set pieces, but I'm saying Mikel Arteta has to find more ways to get our players more involved in the attack, because some of the players are really isolated. Martinelli today whipping in crosses the whole time, Saka whipping in crosses the whole time, but I didn't see too much variety of them actually just taking their man one-on-one and trying to get in behind and try to take a shot themselves. I didn't see too many opportunities where we really looked like we were going to score. We had 4 or 5 big chances the whole game. 4 or 5 big chances the whole game, and I felt like 3 of them came from corners. 3 of them I felt like came from corners, if I'm not mistaken. You had the Saliba chance which went in. You had the Partey chance that also was very close. And if I'm not mistaken, there was another opportunity that we had from corners, but it escapes my mind at this moment in time. And then if I go back to the actual shot chart and I look at the shots that we took, let me just show you guys the shots that we had throughout the 90 minutes. The shots that we had throughout the 90 minutes, the Thomas Partey chance, the missed header, and I would say Havertz missed corner. Those are the two, what do you call it? Wait, Havertz wasn't a missed corner. Havertz assisted what do you call it? Saliba's goal. What else was there? There was the Havertz had a close shot right in the middle of the box. He missed. Havertz had another shot. Trossard had another shot. Rice had another shot. You know something? Bukayo Saka did not have a single shot this game. Did you know that? Bukayo Saka had 2 shots, but none of them on target. That's what I mean. Bukayo Saka did not have a single shot on. Wait, he did. No, he did. It must have been early in the game because I can't. Yeah, it must have been early in the game because I don't remember that. I honestly don't remember what. I got to give Robinson credit. Robinson did good holding down Saka. They really did slow us down today. And it's just very frustrating, man. So frustrating. So frustrating. We talk about lack of ambition, all this other stuff people were saying on the last show on the terrace. I don't think it's a lack of ambition. I think it's a lack of decision making. When you drop points in the manner that we did today, Mikel Arteta has to find solutions. He has to find solutions, and I don't think he did enough to try to find us the solutions that we needed in today's game. It was just really, really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. No talk about Declan Rice. I thought Declan Rice was decent. He picked up a yellow card. He had a couple long shots. I thought Declan Rice was decent. I'm not really picking out Declan Rice as a negative from today's game, at least from my perspective. But if you have any thoughts on Declan Rice and why you thought he was poor, let me know. Let me know why you thought Declan Rice was poor. Because in my opinion, I didn't think he was somebody to pick out as a fault, in my opinion. But yeah. Craven Cottage, a draw though. Let's just talk about this though before we do the player ratings. What does this mean for Arsenal's title hopes? Is there even title hopes anymore? Do you guys think the title chances are gone? What are we saying? Let's see the table. Running your mouth about Liverpool. No talk about Liverpool. All right, let's talk about this then, because people want to talk about it. Arsenal had a chance to go 4 points, claw it back to a 4-point gap between a 4-point gap between Arsenal and Liverpool. And now it's a situation where it's like we completely messed up. It's a missed opportunity. And I don't see where Liverpool are going to drop points. But the problem is I look at Arsenal's fixtures and it just doesn't get easier. We got Everton, Crystal Palace at home. We should win those games. Crystal Palace away, Ipswich, Brentford. Hopefully we should get the results there. But it's really a missed opportunity because we needed to get those wins. We need to continue to close the gap. And yeah, with the blunt attack that we have, the attack that's not really attacking, and a couple of injuries always being, we're always 1 or 2 injuries away from total capitulation. It's just, I question, is it a manager thing or is it a squad thing? Because I'm closer to saying it's a Mikel Arteta issue than it is a player's issue. You could say Mikel Arteta coached a good game and the players didn't deliver, but how often does that happen? Frustrated, mate. Frustrated. Stop changing your opinion. With new information, you're going to change your opinion. That's just me. But hey, let's do player ratings before we go any further. And let me know if you guys have anything else you want to talk about in the chat, if there's any super chats or anything like that. Arsenal drop points to Fulham. Deja vu. 2 years in a row. What the hell are we going to do, man? What the hell are we going to do? It just happens to us just when I think we're going to start getting ourselves going. This kind of shit happens and it just ruins everything. Because it feels like a defeat. It really does feel like a defeat. But yeah, I think Raya could have done better. on the opening goal, so I'm going to give him a 5 if I'm going to do anything with the Arsenal player ratings. Thomas Partey, he got roasted a couple times, once or twice, by Robinson. I'm going to give him a 5. William Saliba scored his goal. He did everything he could. He was honestly one of our better players. I'm going to give him a 7. Kivior got absolutely done for the opening goal. I'm going to give him a 5. Timber was solid. I thought he was one of our better players on the pitch. I'm going to give him a 6. Jorginho didn't really do much wrong. I'm going to give him a 6. Declan Rice didn't. Frustrating night for him overall, but frustrating night for the majority of the team. I'm gonna give him a 5. I don't think he had his best game either. I thought one of the worst players on the pitch today was Odegaard. Odegaard had himself a really bad game. Did not really do much to benefit us, and he might have picked up an ankle injury also early in the game. So I might give him a little bit of a break, but I'm gonna give him a 4.5. I think Odegaard was probably one of our worst players in the day. Bukayo Saka, dangerous deliveries, almost scored the winner, but it was offside. I'm going to give Bukayo Saka a 6. I'm going to give him a 6. Leandro Trossard, poor game. I'm going to give him a 5. He tried his best, though, in that first half. Kai Havertz, not the best game from Kai Havertz, but he should have stayed on. He offers us way more than Jesus. I'm going to give him a 6. What should I give Gabriel Martinelli? He set up a goal that didn't count. He constantly ran down the sideline and then stopped and would just pass the ball back. I thought Martinelli had himself a poor game. I'm going to give him a 5. Gabriel Jesus, useless. I'm going to give him 0. Mikel Moreno came on. He was all right. I'll give him a 5. Did Ethan even kick the ball? Did he even get a touch? He hardly got involved in the game. I'm not even going to give him a rating. And then, yeah, overall, Mikel Arteta, he gets a 2. And he needs to fix up. Bad performance. What's Liverpool's next fixture? Says Mr. Link. Mr. Link, is that what you want to talk about? Liverpool's next fixture is versus Fulham at home. You're probably going to beat them like 5-0. That's probably what's going to happen. That's probably what's going to happen. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Commiserations to all the Arsenal fans. We've dropped points today, and our title hopes take another hit. Sad day, man. Sad day. And all the rivals here enjoying my tears. At least like the video. I'm out of here, people. Peace.